Hi there, everybody. And if you were interested in or are doing Nanowrimo this year, then maybe you want to hear my own experiences with completing or not completing Nanowrimo, as the case may be. So stick around and maybe I can offer a few tips and tricks on how to get you through. Hi there, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Oliver. I am an paranormal romance author, and I have been writing since 2000 and self-publishing these books since 2014. If you want to know more about me, then go onto Amazon and type Lisa Oliver, or go into Google and type in Lisa Oliver author. I'm everywhere. You'll be able to see me there. Now, Nanowrimo, it's 1st of November. Been going since 1999 apparently. And then I believe it became a non-profit in, I think it was about 2006. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm trying to keep it so that, see, it said, if you want to use the logos, then show with image courtesy of Nanowrimo. So I'm trying to make sure that bit stays up there on my screen. So I'm not abusing anybody's copyright. But Nanowrimo is a big deal. If you type Nanowrimo live sprints into YouTube, you come up with heaps of responses. There's a lot of writers that daily journal their Nanowrimo experiences on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere that's anywhere. Writers will, showcase their Nanowrimo experience. And I'm just, full disclaimer here, I'm not doing Nanowrimo this year, but that's because I have, I find it a little hard for it to get challenged with it, because I have written so many books. And God, that makes me sound so smug, but it's actually not that at all. The whole point with Nanowrimo is that you are supposed to write, well, I think it's basically, it used to be a set thing. When I started writing, you used to have to write 3,000 words a day for 30 days. So that was 3,000 words every day, regardless, to, achieve it. That made 90,000 words at the end of the month, which was effectively a novel. The more modern version of Nanowrimo is a lot more flexible. You can set your own monthly targets, for what you want to hit. And I think the average is around 50,000 words as opposed to 90,000 words, which again is still really brilliant. It's really good. And that would be an amazing thing to achieve in a month. If your own writing has been a bit spotty, if you haven't been able to develop a routine for your writing, then committing to a challenge like Nanowrimo is a really good idea. You can join groups within the Nano website, and so they could be groups related to geographically, or maybe you just find your own tribe. Maybe it's got to do with the genre of the book you are writing. And so having that online support, the ability to chat, to send messages, and all that sort of thing, it makes your writing process a lot more sociable. And for some writers, that's exactly what they need. So I am absolutely behind what Nanowrimo does and what it stands for. The fact that now they have become a non-profit, and again, I'm going to have to scroll this page because I have to see, but they are now, they work with fundraising to help other writers, young readers, but mostly young storytellers from around the world. Nanowrimo is an international organization. And unfortunately, I found the plug for continuous donations a bit of a nuisance. Back when I started, that didn't happen. But anyhow, that's not distracting from the good work that they do. If you are a new author, and as I say, you have struggled with finding a writing routine, you have struggled with your word count, you have struggled with feeling supported, then joining a group in Nanowrimo and starting on November the 1st, in which case by the time this video is out, you should have already started, but it's not too late to start now, then I definitely get on with it, because I do think it is a very good idea. And if you can ignore the constant donation messages, the constant swag, buy our swag messages and everything else, and the constant push, which happens all year round for donations, it is definitely worth doing, because they are an organization doing a lot of good. I just tend to get a bit iffy if companies keep trying to push me to donate, particularly if I've already donated that year. But anyway, that's by the by. One of the reasons I didn't stay with Nanowrimo was, and again, I'm not being smug, this is just a case in point, is I started my first book. The first book that I self-published in 2014, I started writing on the 1st of November 2013. And I completed the Nanowrimo challenge by completing the first book, which was the Reluctant Wolf. And I had already written probably 20 to 30,000 words in the Runaway Cat by the time the end of the month came to. So I had done my 90,000 words, no problem at all. I think the Reluctant Wolf was something like 80-odd thousand words, and as I say, I did 20,000 or more in the Runaway Cat. So I had written over 100,000 words for the month, and I was really pleased. The second year, I wrote, I believe that was, I have to think now, I think it was Dean's story, which is the Omega, Getting Close to the Omega, which was book 5 of the Cloverleaf Pack, I believe. I might have written that in Nanowrimo in 2014. And again, I completed that, and I completed the challenge, and I was very pleased with myself. But there's a couple of qualifiers here. Okay, I make it sound easy when it wasn't. But I had it easier than most in that I don't have I don't have children living at home. I don't have a partner. I already had a routine for my writing every day. And so for me, it was just following along with other people and actually joining in that was a huge factor for me there. So, and I did really enjoy that. And then in the third year, which would have been 2015, I was decided to give myself a challenge. And instead of writing one full book for Nanowrimo, I decided to write 2. And so I was going to write my word count, which I think I set at 3,000 words a day, in 2 books. So that would be 6,000 words every day for 30 days. And I was fairly confident I was doing it. That means I would have done something like 180,000 words at the end of the month. I did, I believe, about 162,000 words, because on the 26th of that month, I stepped out of my little cabin where I was doing my writing at the time, fell forward, put my arm out, and dislocated my shoulder. After a rather long drive to the hospital, thank you, my son, and having it inched back in again, I went home being told not to take it out of its sling for, it was a couple of weeks or something. But I tried. I had a sling on and I tried. I really did. It broke my heart when it didn't work, because I didn't finish the challenge. And I was only a matter of maybe 12,000 words short. And I was gutted. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, because unfortunately Nanowrimo isn't for everybody. If you get that feeling of satisfaction and you set yourself a realistic goal, if you make sure that you've established boundaries with the people around you and that they understand for the month of November you are doing the National Novel Writing Month. That it's your National Novel Writing Month, because that's what Nanowrimo means. And they believe it, and they respect it, and they leave you alone to do it, then that's brilliant. I do think it is a wicked cool idea. But if you're going to get more and more tense as the month gets on, because for whatever reason you have not been able to complete your goals, then I don't think something like this is for you. You can find like-minded authors on Facebook or on Twitter, or perhaps not Twitter, I don't know. But, you know, somewhere else. You can find them on social media platforms. You can find them by looking up community groups in your newspaper, in your local newspapers. You can find the same sort of support from people if you go looking that doesn't have the same level of stress applied. Because when it's all said and done, to win at Nanowrimo, to survive that challenge or whatever else, you really do need to commit and finish your word count by the end of the month. It doesn't even matter what that word count was. To succeed, to win for the, what's this, 2022 challenge, you need to commit and complete the word count that you've set down. And if you can't do it, if something crops up, if something happens like it did with me with my dislocated shoulder, then sometimes that depression, that upset, it is more depression. I just got really depressed about it because I was so close to completing my goal and then it didn't happen. And that's why I don't endorse Nanowrimo 100%. As far as I'm concerned, there are a lot of good things about the Nanowrimo organization, the site, the program itself, and what they do. I think it is brilliant that they help young story writers around the world. I think it's brilliant that they have programs. I believe they do. They have programs that go into schools. Actually, we can find that and we'll look for it. We won't just listen to my say-so. There we go. They had, what was this, in 2021? Look at that. 42,653 writers participated in the programs, including 90,561 students and educators in the Young Writing Program. Now, isn't that brilliant? That is really cool. 842 volunteer municipal liaisons guided 671 regions on 6 continents. This is truly international. 406 libraries, bookstores, and community centres open their doors to novelists through the Come Write In program. I haven't even heard of that, but that's pretty special. And then there were other 51,507 campers that tackled a writing project, whether it be a novel or not, at the Camp Nanowrimo, which is held in July. Well, they have them actually apparently in April or July. The thing is they do so much good, and they are there, to help you write. There's a lot of tools and messages and what have you on the site that will help keep you engaged and following through for the month. But if you fail, if you spend a day or 2 or 5 looking after 6 children in that month, if something else happens, because honestly our world has been a bit about bad news for quite some time, and you can't finish your goal, then how is that going to make you feel? Would that make you give up writing altogether? I would sincerely hope not. But I do remember when I dislocated my shoulder, and you've got to remember, I'd already won Nanowrimo 2 years in a row. I really wasn't worried about it. I shouldn't have been worried about it. But I felt like I'd let myself down. I felt like I'd let the group I was in down. I felt like I'd let everybody down. And it was really horrible. And yeah, so for that reason, I no longer do Nanowrimo. But I am hugely supportive of those people that do. So if you want any help at all, if you need some like practical help, like how to sign up and what have you, then, you know, let me know. And if I get the message quick enough, then I'll do another quick video so I can show you how to do things and how to navigate your way around the site, because it's really not difficult at all. But you need to know if it's right for you, or whether or not instead you go looking for some other form of support to help you on your writing journey. One that fits in more with your lifestyle, but has the same positive attributes that Nano does. Because I don't know of any other organization, and I'll say that flat, I don't know of any other organization that encourages you every day for that month. That, you know, as they say, they send stickers and clip art and all that sort of thing. And there is a real awesome feeling about being part of something bigger, which for us writers is not something that happens very often. So if this is for you, then give it a try. But if for whatever reason outside of your control you cannot finish, please don't feel bad about it. Just mark it in your calendar and do it again next year. Okay? If you do have any questions about Nanowrimo or anything else to do with writing at all, please drop it in the description below. My new book, I have to show it just really quickly, is Precious Blue. And yeah, that is now out, and I'm so pleased about that. And there's a link for that below. There's a link for Paul and Reese for photography. It's where I got the cover model from. There's also a link to my editing and promotional company that I use, which is Publication Pixie. I have a book coming out with JP Sale. I think it'll be around the 22nd of November 2022. But keep an eye out for the link for that, because we're down to the last stretch of writing it, but we're really getting there. We're on track. We're doing it. And that'll be the last book in the Tangled Tentacles series. And if you want to follow me, ask about anything else that I do, or if you've got any questions at all, then all my links on where to follow me are below. Please hit the like and subscribe button, because I am slowly, quietly making a little foothold for myself here in the YouTube world. I know that's probably not very common for a 61-year-old author, but I'm quietly plodding on and I'm enjoying this. I like talking to you guys, so and it is my hopes real soon that we'll get around to doing some streaming, in which case you can talk back. Wouldn't that be amazing? But anyway, as I say, comment, everything else, drop it down below. And please hit the like and subscribe button. And until my next video, my friends, please hug the ones you love. Bye.